My name is Cindy Cavanaugh, and I'm Sacramento County's Director of Homeless Initiatives. The board wanted a dedicated person with a bird's eye view of what we are doing to address the issue of homelessness and what we might do better. On a single night earlier this year, over 3,600 individuals were counted, and most of those were living on the streets in unsheltered situations. This was a 30% increase from when we last counted 2 years prior. But numbers don't tell the whole picture. The issue is complex and solutions are multifaceted. There's two things we need to do. We need to address the immediate crisis of homelessness, and we need to move people, individuals, families, veterans, more quickly on the path to permanent housing. The county provides rehousing and shelter services for families experiencing homelessness, and it's pretty effective. In fact, in the last point in time count, those numbers were reduced by 25%. So if we build on those efforts and really make clear how people can get the resources they need to leave homelessness, we know we can do even better. When we refer to people experiencing homelessness rather than homeless people, we recognize that they're in a temporary situation, that they're from our neighborhoods, that they're our neighbors, and that with the right help, they can return to the full lives they previously had.
Hello, I'm Jill Levine. I'm the Registrar of Voters for Sacramento County. Sacramento has 780,000 registered voters. We conduct elections for all of these voters on the federal, state, local, and even the school district level. Many of you have found it difficult to get to a polling place on Election Day. The governor's signed the Voters' Choice Act, and the board has approved a new method of voting for Sacramento County. You will see this beginning in the June governor's primary election in 2018. All voters will be mailed a vote-by-mail ballot beginning 29 days before the election. At that point, you have the choice of mailing it back to our office or dropping it off at any of the 50 ballot drop-off locations that are located throughout the county. You also have other choices for voting. 10 days before the election, there will be vote centers opening throughout the county. These vote centers will be very accessible and familiar to you. At these vote centers, you can vote your ballot, return your ballot, get a replacement ballot, or even register to vote. The weekend before the election, an additional 61 vote centers will open throughout the county for your convenience. You have your choice to go to any vote center, one that's close to where you work, where you live, where you shop. It doesn't matter. You are no longer assigned to one polling place on Election Day. You can vote where, when, and how you want.
The Delta is it's just a very unique place.
Well, it's home. Yeah, I mean, that's it in a nutshell. Well, Delta means home. Delta means kind of the center of California. Delta means, recreation, employment, heritage, responsibility, all kind of rolled into one.
I remember when I used to go to college and bring some of my buddies back here on the weekends. They were actually mystified about, how it was with all the rivers and the waterways and the trees overhanging, and, we used to water ski and, do a lot of that stuff. It's just, it's it's very unique.
We're just going to end up being a sterile water facility for the state of California.
You know, it's the largest estuary on the West Coast, if not the United States, and you know, basically needs to be let alone.
Now we've got this this tunnel project knocking on our back door, and I'm not quite sure that the architects of this grand scheme know what the heck they're doing.
It will definitely affect farming and the quality of water that goes through the delta rivers and the channels.
The Delta is this treasure of California that not many people know about.
A lot of fourth and fifth generation families here go off to college, come back because they like it so much. But it's a very, very tightly knit community.
Besides, it's the taking of the land, it's the disruption of the whole delta, and this will never be the same.
If you didn't have the local, you know, gossip and get together, it just wouldn't be the same.